Isekai stories are just like stories about the zombie apocalypse. Go with me on this. Every zombie apocalypse story involves the collapse of society so that there's no safety net. No police, no hospitals, no fire department, no grocery stores. Nothing to help you, the common civilian, live to see tomorrow. But once society is gone, something else goes with it. All of your responsibilities. Overnight, everything you've ever had to worry about is just gone. Your job, your bills, politics, any commitment you've ever made, any obligation you've ever had, anything about daily life you've ever worried about is either erased or invalidated by this new situation. And yeah, the world you now find yourself in is as scary as it is deadly, but the fact remains that you've got a fresh start without the baggage that weighed down your everyday existence. And all you need to do to thrive is be able to kill the monster that's in front of you. That's the exact same setup as most isekai. A regular person like you and me wakes up in another world totally cut off from everything that used to define them, and is free to lead a life unburdened by all of the things that people like us have to deal with every day. Sure, they're surrounded by danger, but isekai tends to quickly forget that the protagonist is isolated from their lives, their homes, their loved ones. And even when a particular show does focus on being trapped in this new world, the negatives are often overshadowed by all the good things that go along with this. All of the new opportunities and relationships you never could have had in your normal life. You can wield amazing powers and have members of the opposite sex tripping over themselves just to be near you. You can be powerful, you can be desirable, you can ignore all of the things that make regular life a drag, and that's what brings so many fans to isekai. Wish fulfillment and escapism. A desire to project onto the character and live out a fantasy, and that's what disappoints me about isekai. Because by putting so much focus on the wish fulfillment aspect of what might happen to you if you found yourself in another world, just about every series I've seen kind of glosses over the absolute most interesting part of isekai in general. The fact that you're in another world. The reason I'll always give new isekai a chance is because of the immense potential of the premise that defines this genre. A world whose existence is mainly defined by the fact that it isn't the same as the one we live in is basically a blank check to be as creative as possible and break whatever rules you want as long as you've got a well thought out idea to back it up. And a protagonist who's from the exact same present-day Earth we all live in is the perfect vehicle to explore every nook and cranny of this strange new world and really dig into how it all works. The strength of having a protagonist that's an audience surrogate we can all project ourselves onto isn't so that we can forget about all the things that weigh us down in the real world. It's so we have a frame of reference when learning as much as possible about this alien environment. To put it simply, the focus shouldn't be on the protagonist escaping hardship. The focus should be on learning about a new world through the cipher of a relatable protagonist. The reason that I think Log Horizon is the absolute best that the isekai genre has to offer is because that show is just straight up about figuring out the world it takes place in. Every single thing that happens, everything that each character ever says or does, is in service of furthering our understanding of this strange new place, and how they interact with that information is what shapes them into the people they are. It's not escapism, it's not a power fantasy. Hell, everyone there is already as powerful as they can possibly get, and it doesn't really help. Because the biggest threat they have to deal with is the fact that they don't know how to go home, and will never live long enough to figure it out unless they can solve the puzzle that is the entire world. You gain nothing by shortchanging the development and discovery of your setting, because that setting is the basis for literally everything that happens to the protagonist in the entire story. I believe in the potential of isekai. I've seen what can happen when creators who really get it have the opportunity to run with the idea. And because Log Horizon exists, I have faith that sooner or later, another series will come along that can realize the potential of that genre. That time I got reincarnated as a slime almost gets it, but I'll talk about that another time. In the meantime, what's your favorite isekai, and why do you like it so much? And while we're at it, what's your favorite fictional world, and what makes it stand out from all the others? Tell me about it in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching. I'll talk to you again soon.